We are discussing the allegorical story of Puranjana. Very technical and interesting story. In this, the first chapter, that was 25th chapter, it introduced us to the human body with a town consisting of 9 gates and many other facilities, wherein the Jivatma meets the 24 elements with their leader, the Puranjani, the Buddhi, and the Buddhi promises, you please stay here in the city of 9 gates. I'll promise you that I'll provide you all the enjoyment that you are looking for. Yes, Puranjana was confirmed. He was inspired to stay there in the company of Puranjani and staying there, and life was going happily. But one day, by some unfortunate situations, he wanted to go to some other place where to perform some sinful activities. Till now, he was leading a dharmic life. He wanted to go for hunting in the company of a different woman, that means different adharmic intelligence for sinful activities. But having performed sinful activities, he realizes that I am doing sin. I should not do it. He comes back, tries to purify himself, taking the instructions from devotees, giving charities to brahmanas, etc. etc. Then he promises his intelligence. So hereafter I will not commit sin. I'll simply follow what you suggest me, what you say, according to dharma. I'll promise you that I'll live my life according to dharma. As promise, as the promise given, he lives in a dharmic lifestyle. By the way, he begets, I suppose, 100 sons and 10 daughters or something like that. 100 plus sons and 10 plus daughters. And in due course of time, they also got married. Huh? Sons got married, daughters got married. They begot so many children. So like that, life is going on very happily. By the way, without his knowledge, he approached old age. So, till now, he was doing all dharmic activities. Once he performed sinful activities, but it is not that he was doing sinful activities continuously. He realized, and he resolved that he will not do sinful activities. But now he still is continuing to perform dharmic activities only. As part of that, he was taking care of his wife, sons, daughters, getting them married, getting their children raised, and performing all the samskaras. So he was busy with all the household activities, but did not do anything for spiritual realization. Did not prepare oneself to go back home back to Godhead. But without one's knowledge, already old age came. The time for death is close approaching. Old age already arrived. Now then what? There is a fear. Till now life is going on happily. When old age comes, there is a fear. Very soon I am going to die. I am going to be bereft of all the facilities with which I have been enjoying, I have been living, I have been feeling security. The fear, death, and post death experiences are all narrated now in the upcoming shlokas and chapters. Of course, here we are reading a story, and the story is about every one of us. The story is not about Puranjana, not about Prachina Varhi. It is about you, me, everyone, all of us. It is our story. Normally, we want to lead a dharmic life, but once in a while, we tend to do some sinful activities. When we realize that we are doing sinful activities, we take a resolve. I will not do sinful activities. But some other time again, there is a possibility of again sinful activities. But still, there is a resolve. Again, there is determination to follow. There is laxity. Again, there is realization. There is resolve. So like that, life is going on, going on, going on without we being realized. Already old age approached. There is a fear of death. So let us see how Puranjana encountered death and what happened to him after death. So this chapter, next chapter are interesting chapters, and it is like closing these two chapters. The story will be closed. by the end of the next chapter. So we'll continue from text number 13 onwards. Chandavega iti kyato
चण्डवेग इति ख्यातो
Gandharvadipati-nrupa
गन्धर्वादिपतिर्नृपा
Gandharvastasya balina
गन्धर्वास्तस्य बलिना
षष्ट्युत्तरशतत्रयम्
षष्टि उत्तराशतत्रयम्
गन्धर्व्यस्तादृशीरस्य
गन्धर्व्यस्ताश्रीर् अस्य
मैथुन्यश्च सिता
मैथुन्यश्चासिताश्रिताः
परिवृत्या विलुम्पन्ति
परिवृत्या विलुम्पन्ति
सर्वकामा विनिर्मिताम्.
सर्वकामा विनिर्मिताम्. O king, in Gandharvaloka there is a king named Chandavega. Under him there are 360 very powerful Gandharva soldiers. Along with the Chandavega were as many female Gandharvis as there were soldiers, and all of them repetitively plundered all the paraphernalia for sense enjoyment.
So, very interestingly, the time has been defined. Chanda Vega. All of us understand Vega means velocity. Chanda, Prachanda. Chanda, Prachanda means forceful, fearful, not Sadharan, Asadharan. The time is Chandavega. O King, Chandavega, the king of Gandharvas, and his 360 powerful Gandharva soldiers. 360 soldiers are 360 days in a year. Paired with female Gandharvas. There are 360 male and 360 female. Some of whom were white and some of whom were black. The white is day, the black is night. Circled the city, built to fulfill all desires and plundered it. So let us see. Chanda Vega moving strongly. Vega is moving, Chanda means strongly. Which is the year? Was the leader of the Gandharvas. The Gandharvas are the days. The women Gandharvas are the nights. They were paired with the days. The white ones were the waxing phase of the moon, and the black ones were the waning phase of the moon. So it seems some of them are white in color, some of the Gandharvas are white in color, some of the Gandharvas are black in color. So the white Gandharvas are during the bright fortnight. They represent bright fortnight of the 12 months, and dark Gandharvas represent dark fortnight. They circled around the city and plundered it. This indicates that from birth, every day, the lifespan is stolen by time. So, for example, we have 100 years and every year is 360 days. 36,000 units of wealth do we possess. But every passing of day and night is like one unit is being stolen from us. When we are born, we are endowed with 36,000 units. 36,000 time units, but every passing day and night is reduced one unit. So 36,000 from that one unit is gradually reducing. So in that way, the soldiers are plundering. Hayurharati Vaipumsham Udyan Nastam Chayannaso. Every rising and setting of the sun will steal away our lifespan, Ayu. But Tasyarte Yat Kshano Nita Uttama Shloka Vartaya. Tasya Rute. But the stealing is not applicable for those. Except them, it is applicable for everyone. But except whom? Yat Kshano Nita. Every moment is spent in Uttama Shloka Vartaya. Hearing the news of Uttama Shloka. Those who spend their every moment in hearing the news of Uttama Shloka, Their wealth is not stolen away by Chandavega and his soldiers. Others' wealth is stolen by Chandavega and his soldiers. That is understanding. ते चण्डवेगानुचरा
ते चण्डवेगानुचरा
पुरञ्जनपुरं यदा
पुरञ्जनपुरं यदा
हर्तुम् आरेभिरे तत्र
हर्तुम् आरेभिरे तत्र
प्रत्यसेदत् प्रजागर
प्रत्यसेदत् प्रजागरः. When King Gandharva Raja Chandavega and his followers began to plunder the city of Puranjana, a snake with 5 hoods began to defend the city.
So, as the soldiers were trying to plunder the city, the snake, the bodyguard, is trying to defend, trying to protect. That is indicated here. When Chandavega and his followers began to plunder the city of Puranjana, the watchman began to defend the city. When they began to plunder the body, which had surpassed 50 years, the watchman, the life heir, defeated it. Do not loot this city while I am here, he said with pride. Even if one reaches 50 years, for 2 or 3 years the strength does not decrease. So initially, the snake was able to fight vigorously. Even at 50 years, we may say that no, I have not become old. I am still young, I can do so activities, everything like that. Maybe 50 to 60 years one may continue to do, but afterwards one had to surrender. So that is what will happen. That means the senses, the breathing air, the body abilities, they fight against the time which is trying to plunder our energies and body. But for few years they'll be able to fight vigorously. They'll be able to defend. But afterwards they will also become weak as old age increases. सा सप्तभिशतैरेको
सा सप्तभिशतैरेको
सतैरेको
विंशत्या च शतं समा
विंशत्या च शतं समा
पुरञ्जना पुराध्यक्षो
पुरञ्जनपुराधिक्षो
गन्धर्वैर्युयुधे बली.
गन्धर्वैर्युधे बलि. The 500 serpent, the superintendent and protector of the city of King Puranjana, fought with the Gandharvas for 100 years. He fought alone with all of them, although they numbered 720.
The one five-hooded serpent, the superintendent of the city of King Puranjana, actually fought alone with the 720 Gandharvas for 100 years. Actually, it is not that when he became old only that time only the Gandharvas are attacking and snake is fighting. No, the snake is fighting from the beginning of the birth till the last breath. From the time we are born, the time is ticking. Every passing of day, depleting our lifespan by 1 day. Every sun rising and sunset, depleting 1 day from our lifespan. So from the very beginning, the breathings, the lifespan is fighting against the time. So this fight is going on always. But the fight becomes so strong in old age. The battle between the Gandharvas and the god actually began from the very birth. For 720 days and nights each year they fought. The lifespan is of 100 years. As per the Kali Yuga time scale, in total we have 100 years of lifespan. For those 100 years, our breathing air is constantly fighting with the passing time. So, very nicely described. क्षीयमाणे स सम्बन्धे
क्रियमाणे स्वसम्बन्धे
एकस्मिन् बहुभिर्युधा
एकस्मिन् बहुवीर्युधा
चिन्तां परं जगामार्ता
चिन्तां परां जगामार्थ
स राष्ट्रा पुरबान्धवा
सराष्ट्रपुरबान्धवः. Because he had to fight alone with so many soldiers, all of whom were great warriors, the serpent with 5 hoods became very weak. Think that his most intimate friend was weakening. King Puranjana and his friends and citizens living within the city all became very anxious.
seeing his relatives grow weak from fighting with many soldiers. The unhappy king and the citizen became very worried. So, for the 50 years, the five-hooded snake was fighting so vigorously that the soldiers cannot come in, something like that. But after 50 years, as the body is becoming weaker and weaker, the Gandharva soldiers are overpowering the five-hooded snake. Then the citizens in the city feeling worried. That means the body does not cooperate anymore. So the different faculties in the body, they slowly dwindling. For 53 years, 50 years and 3 years extra, matlab, it can continue to fight for, maybe we can take for 60 years. So in that way, the watchman could not be defeated. After that, however, gradually he was defeated. Puranjana became unhappy and seeing that his life heir, his relative was growing weak. After 50 to 60 years later, it can't fight more. So that's how the person becomes worried. अभी हो गया होल्ड जा गया करके. So in that way.
Then Prabhu, why it is 53 years?
No, in the previous one verse said na, after 50 years, 2-3 more years he will fight. That's why it is counted as 53 years. In one of the verse it is said that 2-3 more years. In Sanskrit, when you say 3 means 3 can be anything. Like in the terminology we have ekavachan, dvivachan, bahuvachan. So bahuvachan can be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that. So for some it is 53 years, for some it will be 60, for some 70. It varies. But after 50, slowly the body dwindles. That is the overall understanding. So in that. Because in Sanskrit 3 is used to indicate plural. Not just plural, but many. 3 can be 3, 3 can be 4, 3 can be 10, 3 can be 100 also. Like that. For anything above 2, it is said as 3. So in that way. That's why we say, na, when we go to temple, at least we should do 3 times parikrama. If you do 3 times, that is equal to 108 times.
Oh, it's good, Prabhu.
Something like that. Minimum we should
I
do
understood
3.
this actually.
If you do 1, 1. If you do 2, 2. If you do 3, 3 means 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, 1000, like that. So that is the understanding in Sanskrit.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Mhm.
I was never knowing this. Why you were doing 3 times parikrama over
Hare Krishna. So, Saeva Puryam Madhubuk
Sae Papuryam Madhubhak
Panchaleshu Swaparshadai
Panchalesu Sukhatadahi
Upanitam Balim Gruhnan
Upanitam Balim Grunhan
Strijito Navidadbayam.
Vijayto Navidethayam. King Puranjana collected taxes in the city known as Panchala and the rest was able to engage in sexual indulgence. Being completely under the control of a woman, he could not understand that his life was passing away and that he was reaching the point of death.
So until 53, he was living happily without any fear. That Puranjani is there and our servants are there. They're all taking care of me very nicely. I have 100 sons and 10 daughters, and life is going on happily. And he was busy doing all household activities. But 53 onwards, now realizes, oh, kya chal raha hai? What's happening? I was thinking that I can live eternally like this, but no, my body is not supporting anymore. Something like that. The king, enjoying insignificant pleasures in the city, along with his followers, controlled by women, accepting taxes brought from the 5 provinces. 5 provinces means 5 sense objects. Getting enjoyment from the 5 sense objects, living happily, and did not know fear. Most of us in the same condition. He enjoyed insignificant pleasures along with the senses. Now, now the most interesting. Till now, Chandavega and his 360 soldiers are only fighting with the 5-hooded snake. Now the snake is becoming weaker. What is the result of the snake becoming weak? How do we understand that snake is becoming weak and it is no more able to fight? Old age has come. Now the arrival of the old age is explained with the help of a lady with a name Jara or Kalakanya. Now, really, after 53, really entering into old age. According to Bhagavatam, after 53, one is entering into old age. There could be some exception. Others, as I said, 3 mean 3, 4, 5. Some for some 53, for some 55, for some 60, for some 70, whatever it is. But after 53, we can say at least on a good note. Kalasya duhita kachit
कालस्य दुहिता काचित्
त्रिलोकीं वरयिच्छति
त्रिलोकीं वरमिच्छति
पर्यतन्ती न बर्हिष्मान्
पर्यतन्तीना बर्हिष्मान्
प्रत्यनन्दत कश्चन.
प्रत्यनन्दत कश्चन. My dear King Prashinabarhisat, at the time the daughter of formidable time was seeking her husband throughout the 3 worlds. Although no one agreed to accept her, she came.
O king, wandering through the 3 worlds, the daughter of time, Kalasya Duhita, desired a husband, but no one wanted her. Jara, she is Kalakanya or old age. She is traveling all over the universe looking for a husband, but no one want her. Who would like to have old age? No one. So that is the reason. That is understanding. The entrance of old age is described through a story. Oh Barishman, no one wanted Jara, no one wanted her. So she was kind of frustrated. Why? No one want me. No one want to marry with me. Something like that. Let us see. Daurbhagyenatmano loke.
Daurba. Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
दौर्भाग्येनात्मनोलोके
Vishruta durbhageti sa.
विश्रुता दुर्भगेतिशा
Ya tushta rajarshyetu.
या तुष्टा राजर्षयेतु
Vrutadat purva puravevaram.
वृतादात् पूरवेवरम्. The daughter of time, Jara, was very unfortunate. Consequently, she was known as Durbhaga, ill-fated. However, she was once pleased with the great king, and because the king accepted her, she granted him a great benediction.
Because she brought misfortune, she was known as misfortune. Because no one likes old people. in this world. When a person starts becoming old, everyone looks down at that person. So that's why no one want old age. As long as a person is youthful, strong and stout, everyone respects, everyone listens to that person. But as soon as a person becomes old, no one pays any respect. That's why no one want old age. People in old age, because no one respects them, they always pray that let me die fast, something like that. This is in general community, normal society. But in the spiritual community, the old people are well respected. Here and the dynamics are entirely different. The senior devotees are well respected. So in that way. Accepted by saintly King Puru and pleased with him, she gave him a benediction. So only one person accepted old age even when he was small boy. Like Yayati Maharaj, he married two ladies, Devayani and Sharmishta. Devayani gave birth to two sons, Yadu and Turvasu. Sharmishta gave birth to three sons, Ruyu, Puravasu, and Puru. So, but Devayani, at the time of her marriage, Devayani's father Shukracharya told that I am sending Sharmishta as a maid servant to my daughter, but you should never marry her. But in spite of that warning, Yayati married Sharmishta. So Shukracharya became very angry when he learnt. He said, because you are youthful, you can marry as many you want. I'll curse you to become old. No one likes you. Even your wives do not like you. जिसके लिए आपने शादी किया, आपको मैं वृद्धाप दे दूंगा. She will also dislike you, something like that. But Yayati went to Shukracharya and begged forgiveness. Please forgive me. I did not marry because of something else. Situation was like that. I had to marry. So, but whatever it is, by cursing me, by making me old, you are causing trouble to your own daughter also. You think I am the husband of Sharmishta only, but I am also the husband of your daughter also. You will be causing trouble to your daughter also. Oh, then Shukracharya realized what mistake he did. Then Shukracharya told that I cannot take my curse back, but I can just adjust it. See, you have five sons. You can ask one of them to exchange their youth with your old age. So he went to all the five sons. First Yadu, then Turvasu, Druyu, Purvasu. None of them agreed. But Puru, the youngest son, was still small boy only. He immediately agreed. As soon as father told that I have been cursed to become old, can you take my old age and I will take your youth? Puru said, my dear father, what best I can do? I should have given you before you asked. But still, whatever it is, since you are asking, please take my youth. As long as you want, you can give me your old age. So Puru has taken that old age. So only one person in the history, that is Puru, willingly accepted the old age. And old age, Jara, was so happy with Puru. And she gave him a benediction. So let us see what benediction Jara gave to Puru in the next verse. Since she was accepted by the son of Yayati, whose name is Puru, she gave him a boon. Yayati, satisfied with the son for accepting his old age, gave him the kingdom. At that time, generally, after a king, his eldest son becomes the next king. But Yayati told that since Puru is selfless, he will be the monarch. He will be Chakravarti Samrat hereafter. He and his descendants only will be Chakravarti Samrat. The descendants of you four will be subordinate to them. So like that, he arranges the situation. So in Yadu dynasty, Lord Krishna and Yadavas, Bhojas, they all appeared, but they never became Chakravarti Samrat. In the Puru dynasty, eventually Pandavas appeared. They became the Chakravarti Samrat. Yudhishthira Maharaj became the Chakravarti Samrat. And Yudhishthira Maharaj, before Yudhishthira Maharaj also, we have Shantanu Maharaj, before that Bharata Maharaj. So like that, so many people in this dynasty, they became Chakravarti Samrat, ruler of the entire Bhumandala. And like that. But none of them, none of the children of Yadu, Turvasu, Duruyu, Duru, Paravasu did not become Chakravarti Samrat, because that was the arrangement given by Yayati. So in that way. So that is the meaning when it is said in this verse that old age gave him a benediction. That means, in a way, since he accepted old age, his father Yayati was so pleased that he blessed him with this benediction that eventually later on he exchanged his old age again. He took back his old age. Then Puru became youth. That time Puru was made the monarch of the entire Bhumandala, and his descendants are still continuing. Even his descendants will continue in the upcoming Satya Yuga. Right now, one of his descendant, Devapi, is performing tapasya in Kalapagram, that is Sambala, in the greater Himalayas. And he will become the monarch in the next Manvantara. So, no, sorry, next Chaturyuga, next Satya Yuga, coming Satya Yuga. Anyway, in the current Kali Yuga, no monarchy is there. That's why he is performing tapasya. For the entire Kali Yuga, he will perform tapasya. Upcoming Satya Yuga, when Lord Kalki appears, he will get up from his tapasya and he will act as the commander-in-chief of Lord Kalki, and he will help Lord Kalki in wiping out all the irreligious power mongers throughout the universe, and they will be killed, and Satyuga will begin. And the first king of Satyuga will be Devapi. So because of the blessing given by Puru, Yayati unto Puru. So like that.
This blessing is given by Yati or Jara?
No, it is given by Yayati only, but because of Jara only, na? Because he accepted old age and Jara facilitated the blessing to come. Like that we can take, you can say. So Jara became instrumental for the blessing to be given to Puru.
So
So in
why
that.
this context is here, bro? The Puru concept and Yati concept. This is a discussion of Puranjana.
No, it's
So
not about the discussion of Puranjana, it is discussion about all of us. Because the old age comes, because none of us willingly take old age. It comes upon us, we don't have any other one to accept. But only one person knowingly accepted old age. Knowing the problems of old age also, he accepted, and that is only Puru in the entire history. Even Hiranyakashipu performed so much tapasya. Why? He want to remain young throughout the tenure. So, in this world, that is a common mentality of people. No one wants old age. Or even in old age, one wants to hide their old age.
okay, bro.
Mm. But not in the spiritual circles. This is a general mentality. So, like people where they are bodily conscious, such kind of people never like old age. So, like that, you can take. Let's see. Kadachit कदाचित् अटमानस
Kadachitatmanasa
ब्रह्मलोकान् महिं गतम्
Brahmalokan Mahingatam
वव्रे बृहद्व्रतं मां तु
Bhavve Brahadvaratam Mam Tu
जानति काममोहिता.
Janati Kamamohita. When I once came to this earth from Brahmaloko, the highest planetary system, the daughter of time, wandering over the universe, met me, meaning me to be now. Devoured Brahmachari, she became lusty and proposed that I accept her.
Once bewildered by lust, knowing that I was a brahmachari, she proposed on her own to me when I came to earth from Brahmaloka. Who is this I here? Anyone can guess?
Narada.
Narada. So Narada is telling that because Jera, she was trying to find a suitable husband, No one accepted her, but only one person accepted, that was Puru, Yayati's son. But eventually Yayati took it back. So, but after that, since no one was accepting her, she saw Narada Muni coming from Satyaloka once. And as soon as she saw Narada Muni, she approached Narada Muni and told that, I want to marry you immediately. She thought Narada was an earthling when she came to the earth. She did not at all reject him, even though he was a lifelong celibate or sannyasi having great powers. So she did not realize that is Narada Muni, is a celestial being, is a space traveler, is a renunciate, etc. No, no. She just saw him, he was good looking and youthful. She approached him, I want to marry you. So, like that. Here, Jara want to marry someone means Jara want to make someone old. Marrying with old age means one becomes old. So, but Narada Muni is beyond three modes. He cannot become old. He is beyond Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. So, how can Jara will become wife of Narada Muni? She cannot. But she tried her level best. Then Narada, what did Narada Muni do? Mai samrabhya vipulam
मयि सम्प्रभ्य विपुलम्
adachapam sudussaham
मदाचापं सुदुस्सहम्
statum harhasi naikatra
स्थातुम् अर्हसि नैकत्र
madhyancha vimuko mune.
मदयञ्च विमुखो मुने. The great sage Narada continued, when I refused to accept her request, she became very angry at me and cursed me severely. Because I refused her request, she said that I could not be able to stay in one place for a long time.
So Narada Muni is saying now, she proposed me that I should marry her. But what was my response? Angry with me. She uttered a great intolerable curse. Why she became angry? So Narada Muni might have said, no, no, I am a brahmachari, I am a sannyasi, I cannot marry anybody. Please excuse me. I am not having any thought of marrying anybody. Especially I cannot marry you at all. So when somebody said to Jara like that, Jara became very angry. How dare you to say that I don't want to marry you? I myself came. So then Jara cursed Narada Muni. Oh sage, you cannot stay in one place since you have refused my request. Oh Mune, na ekatra sthanam arhasi mad yancha vimukaha. You did not accept my proposal. I curse you, cannot stay at one place. Same, whatever curse Daksha gave to Narada Muni, same curse here our Jara is giving to Narada Muni. Narada Muni anyway is beyond all these curses and blessings. Angry with me for refusing, she cursed me. Actually, because I do not have any prarabdha karmas in my body, and thus I am devoid of the six afflictions of lamentation, illusion, old age, death, hunger, thirst. She cannot affect me. So Narada Muni is not a material person, he is a spiritual person. He is freed from the six afflictions, six troubles that constantly trouble us in this world. Shoka, Moha, Jara, Vyadi, Kshutrut. These are the six troubles constantly trouble us always. Shoka, Moha, Jara, Vyadi, and Kshutrut. As long as we are living in this body, we are subjected to these six things. So in that way. Hunger, thirst, old age, and death are directly connected to the gross body. Shoka and Moha are connected to gross body and subtle body. So in that way. By refusing a request, I am able to travel everywhere to deliver people as a result of her curse, which became a form of mercy. But anyway, she thought she is cursing me. That is actually benediction for me. So like that Narada Muni is saying. So in one sense, Jara is there. She is the daughter of Kala, Kalaputri, and she want to find a suitable husband, but no one is accepting. Somehow or other, one person accepted her for some time, but he could not stay with her continuously. And later on, she herself approached Narada Muni. Narada Muni also did not accept. So she is always Kanya only. So in that way. Tato vihata sankalpa
ततो विहात संकल्प
Kanyaka Yavaneshwaram
कन्यका यमनेश्वरम
Mayopadishtam Asadhya
मयोपदिष्टम आसाद्य
Vavre Namna Bhayam Patim.
अवरे नाम्नां भयं पतिम्. Translation. After she was thus disappointed by me, with my permission she approached the king of Yavanas, whose name was Bhaya or fear, and she accepted him as her husband. Hare Krishna.
So because no one was accepting her, so she happened to see Bhaya and approached him. Having been thwarted in her determination, the daughter of time, Kanyaka, Kalakanya, as instructed by me, approached the king of Yavanas. So when she cursed me, I was not disturbed by that curse, but I suggested her. Narada Muni is saying that I told her to approach Bhaya. Who is Bhaya? He is the king of Yavanas, Yavaneshwara, named fear, and chose him as her husband. I told the Kalakanya that you, instead of running here and there, better go to Bhaya, the king of the Yavanas, and accept him as your husband. He will be your suitable companion. That means Jara is wife, Bhaya is husband, and these two come together. When Jara comes, the fear enters into the heart of that person. A person continuously is fearful. Fearful of old age, fearful of disrespect, fearful of negligence, and ultimately fearful of death. So as soon as one thinks that I become old, then one had to count one's number of days left on the surface of the earth. That causes so much fear. So like that. Narada, showing mercy, instructed people's fear should be weakened by the influence of old age. Of course, Narada Muni thought like this in the case of devotees. For devotees, old age, if for a good devotee, old age is a fearlessness, because now I have to count my days on the earth. I am going back to spiritual world. I will be able to serve my Lord in person for the rest of eternity. That is a blessing in disguise for the devotees. But for others, it is a most fearful condition, most fearful situation. So that's why the outlook is different. For the sake of devotees, Narada Muni told her, go to fear. Jao. So it's like that. There was, yesterday only I was working on the third canto. There was one thing, like Mother Devahuti asked Lord Kapila, please talk about time, out of fear of which people perform pious activities. काल के बारे में बता दो, काल का भय से लोग पुण्य कार्य करेंगे, पाप कार्य नहीं करेंगे. Because those who understand the influence of time, they'll, if I do sinful activity, tomorrow or in the next life, I'll be punished for it. So they are afraid of doing sinful activities. So काल का influence के बारे में बता दो. Those who understand Kala, they will never ever do sinful activities. Those who are indifferent to Kala, they always do all sinful activities. So that way we have to understand. Hare Krishna, everyone is able to follow. Any questions till now? Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Prabhu.
No questions.
Okay. Rushabam yavananam tvam
ऋषभं यमना sorry ऋषभं यवनां manam tvam
ऋणे वीरेप्सितं पतिम्
rune virekshitam patim
सङ्कल्पस्त्वयि भूतानां
kalpa tvayi bhutanam
कृता किल न रिष्यति.
kritaha kilana rishyati. Translation. Approaching the king of Yavanas, Kalakanya addressed him as a great hero, saying, "My dear sir, you are the best of the untouchables. I am in love with you, and I want you as my husband. I know that no one is baffled if he makes friends with you." Hare Krishna.
So she approached the Yavaneshwara, Bhaya. Then she is saying to him, "O hero, I accept you, O best of the Yavanas, as my desired husband." Hare Krishna. I accept you as my desired husband, Ipstam Patim, since the desires of the people should not be destroyed by fear. So, in that way, the meaning is fear was the king of the Yavanas, who represents mental and physical diseases. So, Bhaya is not just Bhaya, but Bhaya due to mental and physical diseases. Why people are worried about old age? Because in old age, there is a great chance of more and more diseases, and there is less chance of becoming cured of those diseases. So our fear is mostly due to when one is youthful, one remains healthy, strong, and stout. When one becomes old, one cannot digest. Where even a disease comes, it will not go away. It will not be cured fast. That's why people are afraid of old age. So the bhaya is due to mental and physical diseases. There is a second meaning to the last phrase. The O of the devotee is never destroyed. The devotee Narada made a vow that people's fear should be lessened. So let that not be otherwise. So Kalakanya says that I want to marry you. Even we both come to people. The people should be so indifferent to us, their material desire should not be destroyed. For the people in general point of view, even though we both will go, we both will wander all over the world together as wife and husband, people's desire to enjoy the material world should not be destroyed. So our combination should be like that. Even though fear is there, but still they should not be their desire should not be destroyed at the same time. But for devotees, even though old age may come, disease may come, fear may come, but their desire to go back, home back to Godhead should not be destroyed, as Narada Muni promised. So, like that. So, it has got both the meanings for both, for devotees and non devotees. Therefore, become my husband, so I can enjoy you. Bhuta can mean a devotee of the Lord. For it is said, Janasya Krishnad Vimukasya Daivad Adharmashilasya Sukitasya Adungrahayena Charanti Nunam Bhutani Bhavyani Janardanasya. Here the word Bhutani is used. Bhuta refers to the living entities in general. In order to show compassion to them, devotees are constantly wandering on the surface of the earth, who have turned their face away from Krishna and performing sinful activities and experiencing material miseries. So, in any case, now Jara on her own approached and telling or requesting Bhaya to marry her. And also saying that even though let us marry together, let us conquer the entire universe. In spite of that, people's desire to enjoy material world should not be gone. So, I mean, Jara also talking about us. Even though we become old, but our desire to enjoy the material world will not go away. The desire is so strong. So, like that. द्वाौ इमाव अनुशोचन्ति
Dvav, dvav
द्वाौ
means
इमाौ अनुशोचन्ति
Balau asadavagrahau.
कालाव असद अवग्रहौ
Yalloka shastropantam.
यल्लोकशास्त्रोपनतं
Narati na tadichati.
नराति न तदिच्छति. One who goes not to give charity according to the customs or injunctions of the scriptures, and one who does not accept charity in that way, are considered to be in the mode of ignorance. Such persons follow the path of the foolish. Surely they must lament at the end. Hare Krishna.
Hmm. So Narada Muni talks about his own, because when the society in general is attacked by Bhaya and Jara, what happens? Why people's desire is not going away even till the last breath. Thinking that in mind, Narada Muni is saying few words. The devotees lament two types of ignorant people who accept the temporary world. So devotees like Narada Muni, they always show compassion. They always lament two category of people in this world who consider the temporary material world is permanent. Who are they? The two category of people. Those who do not give what should be given according to scripture and common understanding. The first category of people are those who do not give what should be given according to scripture and common understanding. So what is that we don't know? We'll understand what it is. But first category people, they do not give what is supposed to be given. Second category people are, and those who do not accept what should be accepted according to scripture and common understanding. First category, those who are supposed to give something, they don't give. Second category, those who are supposed to accept something, but they don't accept. So who are they? What are these two category of people about whom devotees like Narada Muni are lamenting? The devotees lament two types of ignorant people. The ignorant person does not give things that should be given according to scripture and common understanding, and does not receive things that should be received. So I, an unmarried girl, have come suddenly to your house. You, as a householder, should accept me. Or Narada, being merciful to people, desired that people's fear should decrease. That wish is according to common understanding and scripture. Therefore, accept me. So, one fine day, old age comes and stands at our doorstep, saying that, can I come in? So, Narada, being merciful to people, desired that people's fear should decrease. People don't welcome old age because they are afraid of old age. Old age comes, everything will be taken away. My respect, my recognition, my strong strength, my ability to eat and drink and sleep, and even finally my lifespan also will be gone away. I'll become sick, bedridden, and I'll die one day. That's why people are afraid. But Narada Muni is saying that no, leave this body and go back home, back to Godhead. So one should not be fearful of old age. So in that way. So from common understanding and from Shastra, what should be given away? Attachment to material world. What should be accepted? Accept death and go back home, back to Godhead. I think that could be. So that is what Narada Muni is thinking. So two kinds of people who consider this material world is permanent. They are afraid of giving away this material world and accepting the spiritual world. So what should be given away? The material world. What should be accepted? The spiritual world. So though it is not mentioned clearly in the notes, so this is why we can infer from, because it is Narada Muni speaking. So Narada Muni speaking means he will say this only. So in that way. Ato bhajaswa mam badra
Ato bhajasva mam bhadra.
Bhajantim me dayam kuru.
Bhajantim me dayam kuru.
Etavan paurusho dharma.
Etavan paurusho dharmo.
Yadartan anukampate.
Yadartan anukampate. Kalakanya continued, O gentle one, I am now present before you to serve you. Please accept me and thus show me mercy. It is a gentleman's greatest duty to be compassionate upon a person who is distressed.
Again, Narada Muni coming to the story. In between, he was talking about, because he only suggested Kalakanya Jara to go to Yavan Raja, that is Baya. They think that for the benefit of the devotees should leave this world and come back to God quickly. So even though old age comes, they should not be attacked by fear. So like just remembering the story. Like initial days, we were told one story that once a sadhu comes to a village, so different people in that village are coming to him to get blessings. So first, I'm not remembering the story exactly, but I'm trying to recall. First, a brahmachari came to the sadhu. So he was asking for blessings. So then the sadhu said, Ma Jivo, don't live long, die quickly for a brahmachari. Then afterwards, a Rajkumar came, a prince came to seek blessings. Then the sadhu said, live long, Chiranjeevi Baba, don't die. So for brahmachari, he said, don't live long. For a prince, he said, live long. Then there came a sannyasi. Yeah, this is also a sannyasi, that is also sannyasi. Another sannyasi came and offering obeisances. And the sannyasi said that, Jivova Marova. If you want to live, you can live long. If you want to die, you can die. It's up to you. Whatever is your wish, you do. You get it. Jivo Marova. First person he said, Maro. For brahmachari, Maro. For prince, Jivo. Chiranjiva. For sannyasi, Jivo Marova. Then finally a butcher came. He said, Ma Jivo, Ma Maro. Don't live, don't die. So later on, one of his follower asked, so my dear Gurudev, today four people came and you gave four different blessings. I could not follow why it is so. Then he said, yeah, brahmachari anyway doing tapasya. What is the point? How long you want to continue tapasya? Let him die fast and go back to Godhead. Because anyway he has given his life for the Supreme Lord. Let him die and home back to Godhead and engage in Lord's direct service. And the prince, because of his piety, he is born in a royal order and he is enjoying all the facilities. But he also had done so many sinful activities in the past. So once his piety is over, he will go to hell and he will go through a lot of punishment. That's why I'm saying that it is unbearable for him. So let him have some more happiness before entering into sinful reactions like that. And for a sannyasi, is already Jivan Mukta. If he lives, he will preach here. If he dies, he will go and serve the Lord. Both are bhakti for him. So there is no difference for him. For him, both are good enough. It's up to him. And butcher his life is like hellish. Why if he lives also hellish, if he dies also hellish. If he dies, he will go to Naraka and he will go through punishment. If he lives also, he will kill more and more animals and he will incur more and more sinful activities. Both are dangerous for him. So nothing is good for him. Living is not good for him, dying is not good for him. Like that. So it is like that. But in any case, for a brahmachari or for a sannyasi, he said, if you want to die, you can, it is better you die and go back. In one sense, you can take that. That means they are done with this world. They should go back home back to Godhead. So in the same way, Narada Muni's point is also same thing. So people should go back home back to Godhead quickly. So not to remain here and go through material trouble, something like that. So that reason he told Kalakanya to go and join with Baya. People in general, when they become old, they are afraid. But a devotee should not be afraid. Devotee should be blissful that, okay, old age came, my days are numbered now, I'm going back to God. That's how one should be feeling. So in that way. Oh good man. So now the story. This is what in between 2-3 verses he spoke about it, this concept. So devotees should be ready to give away the attachment to material world and accept the desire to go back home back to Godhead. These two things. Those who don't have these two desires, I lament for them. Like that, Narada Muni is lamenting and this is like sidetrack. Now again coming back to the same story. So, O good man, therefore accept me, be merciful to me, who worship you, for the dharma of man is showing compassion to the suffering. So it is the dharma of everyone. When somebody comes and surrenders, one should be ready to fulfill their desire. The same way, I am surrendering to you, and you should fulfill my desire. So like that, Kalakanna is pleading Maya in that way. Paurusha means accomplished by a man. Even if you show strength, you cannot say, I will not accept old age, because equipped with Narada's vow, I will destroy you. So, Jara is afraid that Baya also may reject me. So, Baya might say that I am blessed by Narada, so I will not accept you, and you cannot attack with me also. I am powerful, I can defeat you like that. So, he might say like that, thinking like that. She said, a saintly person uh, will never get away from fulfilling the desires of a surrendered person. I am surrendered completely, helplessly. So it is your duty to fulfill my desire. Like that, she said. Internally saying this, externally she then spoke with crooked, joking words. So internally she thought, okay, he might say that I am blessed by Narada Muni, I will not accept you, and I am ready to fight with you. He might say like that. Externally she said, no, it is the duty of a saintly person when somebody surrenders, they should protect the surrendered soul. So please protect me by marrying me. Like that she is pleading him. But that is her kurukuness. So like that is mentioned. Because no one is accepting her, she desperately needs someone. That's why she is doing this. Further, Hare Krishna, able to follow all of you? Any questions? Kalakanyoditavacho
कालकन्योदितावचो
Nishamya Yavaneshwaraha
निशम्यायमनेश्वरः
Shikirshurdeva Guhyamsa
चिकीर्षोर्देवगुह्यं सा
Sasmitam Tam Abhasata.
सस्मितं ताम् अभाषत. After hearing the statement of Kalakanya, daughter of time, the king of the Yavanas began to smile and devise a means for executing his confidential duty on behalf of Providence. He then addressed Kalakanya as follows.
Hearing the words uttered by the daughter of time, that is Kalakanya, the leader of the Yavanas, desiring to enact the secret desire of the Lord, spoke to her while smiling. So, Yavaneshwara also has some seva, some instruction that is there in his mind. So, the secret desire of the Lord, remembering that, he spoke to Kalakanya smilingly. So, what is that desire? We don't know, but we'll see. He desired to put the wheel of samsara into motion. This is the secret of the Lord, Devaguyam. By smiling, he indicated that he could not refuse her words. What was the instruction of the Lord? The wheel of samsara should be under motion. That means Balya, Auganda, Kaishora, Yavana, Prauda, Vruddhapya, and Marana. All these things should go on one after the other. If Jara is coming and want to make everyone old, how can I say no to it? I should help her. So this is the Lord's system of operation of this world. So he lightly smile and is responding now. Maya nirupitastubhyam
मया निरूपितस्तुभ्यं
patir atma samadina
पतिरात्मा समाधिना
nabhinandanti lokoyam
नाभिनन्दन्ति यो लोकोऽयं
tvam abhadram asammatam.
माम् अभद्राम् असम्मताम्. The king of the Yavanas replied, after much consideration, I have arrived as a husband for you. Actually, as far as everyone is concerned, you are inauspicious and mischievous, since no one likes you. How can anyone accept you as his wife?
He says, after some thought, I have decided on a husband for you. So not sure whether he is willing to marry her or he is going to suggest somebody else as her husband. But whatever it is, he said before announcing the name of the husband, he says, people on the earth do not welcome you, who are inauspicious and unacceptable. Since you are inauspicious, people generally do not welcome you. I have decided on a husband to enjoy you. The people on the earth do not want you by thoughts in the mind. So basically, he thought for a while. He did not respond immediately because it seems that he's going to refuse her. If he suddenly refuses, just like she cursed Nardamuni, she might curse Baya also. So I think he is afraid of curse. So he slowly, धीरे धीरे उनको समझाने के लिए प्रयास कर रहे. So I have someone in mind as your husband, but kindly understand this. People generally, no one likes you because people are afraid of old age. They consider you as inauspicious. So he said that, and then Tvam avyakta
Tvam avyagata gatirbungsya
loka karma vinirmitam
lokam karma vinirmitam
yahi me prutana yukta
yahi me pratana yukta
prajanasham praneshyati.
prajanasam praneshyashi. This world is a product of fruitive activities. Therefore, you may imperceptibly attack people in general. Helped by my soldiers, you can kill them without opposition.
With invisible movements, enjoy this world made up of karma. Assisted by my troops, you will destroy the population. So he said in the past verse, because people treat you as inauspicious, that's why no one want you. So you should revolt. How dare they say that I don't want to old age, I don't want to marry her. What rather is that? उनको सबक सिखाने का. आपको मैं मदद करता हूँ. हाँ? Invisibly, you attack each and everyone, huh? Assisted by my troops. So you will destroy the population. So in that way. So who are the troops of Baya? Everyone will ask, where has she come from? कहाँ से आ गया? कब आ गया? कैसे आ गया? Some people will ask. Your movement is invisible. You should attack them like that only, invisibly. Acting in this way, you will attack the people by force. The world will be your husband. So since you approached everyone and no one is accepting you as your husband, I will make you everyone as your husband. The entire world is your husband. आपको why one husband? The entire world is your husband. But she said, no, they are not accepting. No problem. Openly they will not accept. But invisibly you enter them. When you enter, they should ask the question, where has she come from? कब आया? कैसे आया? Without their knowledge, you should marry them. This is the meaning. If you fear that the people will kill you, since you are so undesirable, you will be assisted by my troops, the mental and physical diseases. So Yavaneshwara, the Bhaya told that, don't worry, my assistants will help you. That means first we will get mental disease, physical disease, and by the way we become old. हमको पता ही नहीं चलता है हम old हो गए करके. But the diseases first attack us. Slowly we become weak and old and die. That's how the Jara can marry all of us. Even though we don't like to marry her, by force she will marry us. So that is understanding. With them, be victorious. After enjoying the people, you will destroy them who will have the power to kill you. No one will dare to fight with you. No one will kill you. They have to die. By the way, they may fight against the old age, but fight करते 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 वो मर जाएंगे पर youthful नहीं बनेगा. So like that. So this is how the Baya kind of suggested. I have a person in my mind as your husband. Why you want to marry one person? Everyone is whoever refused, they all will become your husband. Get marry everyone. I will help you. My soldiers will help you. The mental and physical diseases. So like that, he promised her. This is how the old age attacks us. The old age does not come itself first. First the diseases will come, mental disease, physical diseases. Then we automatically become old. So like that. Prajvaroyam mama brata
Rajvaroyam mama brata
tvam cha me bhagini bhava
tvam cha me bhagini bhava
charami ubhabhyam lokesmin
charami ubhapyam lokesmin
avyakto bhima sannikai sainikai.
अस्मिन् अव्यक्तो भीमसैनिकैः. The king of the Yavanas continued, here is my brother Prajavara. I now accept you as my sister. I shall employ both of you as well as my dangerous soldiers to act imperceptibly within this world.
So when he said, I will give you my soldiers, they will attack and they will make a way for your entry. And even if somebody want to fight with you, they'll be killed. Then Kalakanya might have said, no, how can I kill? I don't have so much power to kill them. So don't worry. I'll send my younger brother to kill them. My younger brother will do the needful. If somebody want to attack you, my younger brother will kill them outrightly. He will take care of the needful. So like that, he introduces his younger brother Prajvara to Kalakanya. So who is this Prajvara? Let us see. This is my brother Prajvara. Become my sister. I shall move about with you in this world invisibly with my fearful soldiers. So Kalakanya came to Bhaya to become his wife. But Bhaya said, no, don't worry. I have some other person in my mind as your husband. What to speak of one person? The entire world will be your husband. Whoever refused, they all will become your husbands. And my soldiers will help you. If they counter, if they want to attack you, my younger brother and myself, both of us will come and help you. Such kind of person will have no right to live in this world. We will kill them. Prajvara means Vishnu Jwara, since it includes the destructive nature of Shiva as well. So in Bhagavatam 10th canto, during the marriage of Usha and Aniruddha, there was a fight between Shiva Jwara and Vishnu Jwara. Srila Prabhupada in Krishna book and the Bhagavatam commentary, Srila Prabhupada disciples, they write that Shiva Jwara and Vishnu Jwara, of course, in the story, they are actually two weapons. Shiva weapon and Vishnu weapon, they are fighting. But in our day-to-day understanding, Vishnu Jwara is cold weapon. Shiva Jwara is fire weapon. When there is a fight between cold and fire and ice, so because of the coolness of the ice, the fire will be melted. So in one sense, Prabhupada establishes that the fire will be extinguished. So the cold weapon is more stronger than the fire weapon, that Prabhupada establishes. So same way in relation to a person, normally our body, as long as we are living, it is warmth. But at the time of death, Shiva Jwara will attack us. Because Shiva is the destroyer. In order to destroy us, in order to leave this body, in order to kill us, the temperature of the body increases a lot. Shiva Jwara. Then the prana leaves the body. As soon as that prana leaves the body is attacked by Vishnu Jwara. Immediately in the next moment, that body becomes freezing cold. The dead body of any person will be freezing cold. That is Vishnu Jwara. So both Shiva Jwara and Vishnu Jwara combinedly will destroy one person. So in this way, here Prajwara is the combination of both Vishnu Jwara and Shiva Jwara, which will kill a person. Before death, just when a person is about to die, temperature will increase like anything. It is a shoot, there is a spike, and when person dies, the whole body will become cold. So like that. So Baya told, even though you want to marry me, but kindly listen to me. We are two brothers, myself and Prajvara, and we never had a sister. We want to have you as our sister. I do not have a sister, so you become my sister. So, but Kalakanya said, but Narada's words should not become false. Please be my husband. Oh, that will also be true. You are my sister since we were both born in the family of Adharma. And you will also be my wife. Fear was born in Adharma's lineage as the son of quarrel and profanity, along with death, according to Srimad Bhagavatam 4.8.2.4, 2 to 4. Death had 5 children named Vyadi, Jara, Shoka, Trishna, Krodha, according to Agni Purana. I am your brother as well as your husband. Thus, Narada's words will be true. Because in the Adharma lineage, the brother and sister only married to each other. There is Adharma, he married Mrusha. They have 2 children, one boy and one girl. And both of them got married and they begot 2 children, one boy, one girl. Both of them got married and they begot 2 children. That means in the Adharma lineage, brother and sister only marry. Same way here is Baya is telling that you become my sister and you are my sister also and I will also marry you because that is our family tradition. In the Adharma family lineage, brother and sister only get married to each other. So both, you are both to me. So in that way. So like that. So but according to Agni Purana, death had 5 children. Who are they? Vyadi, that is disease. Jara, old age. Shoka, lamentation. Trishna, desire. Krodha, anger. All these things will be there. Before death comes, a person will be troubled by all these things. There is old age, there is disease, there is lamentation, there is desire to enjoy, and there is anger when the desires are not fulfilled. Whatever we eat when it is not digested, there is anger. So, in that way. If I go near the devotees of the Lord, however, having enjoyed me exceedingly, destroy me. And just as you did not make Narada your husband, do not make the devotee your husband. Therefore, I have said, enjoy invisibly the people made up of karma. So, you can only become the wife of materialistic people. You can never dare to become the wife of devotees. Because devotees will never suffer in old age because of old age. Devotees becomes more blissful when old age comes. Yes, now my time to return back home, back to God has arrived. I am going back to God. Like that, they become blissful. So they will never welcome you. They'll become indifferent to you. So like that. Since the devotees are not made up of karma, they do not become your husbands. I am your husband among all people, since they all have fear. Thus Narada's words are made true. So like that. So ultimately, Bhaya agreed to accept Jara as his wife as well as his sister. And with the help of his soldiers, mental and physical diseases and with the special help of his younger brother Prajvara, Baya, Kalakanya, Prajvara, and many soldiers, they all attack people with material desires, making them fearful, eventually kill each and everyone. This is how the things are happening in this world. This is how we approach death at one point of time. Instead of telling directly, it is told in the form of a story so that it is easy to convey. So that is the intelligence of Narada Muni. Okay, any questions till now? Hare Krishna.
No, Prabhuji.
No, Prabhu.
Everyone is able
No,
to follow?
okay.
Yes, follow. But what Upama and all the story is constructed beautifully, Prabhuji.
Hmm.
And just think also very nicely scripted.
Because if something is in the story form, it is easy to remember. So that was the idea. So now in the next chapter, these four people came together and they are going to attack Puranjana. So, and Puranjana has to die. And after what happens afterwards in the next life? Puranjana becomes a woman in the next life. And Puranjana leaves his body. The 20th chapter describes how leaving the worn out city with his wife, Puranjana attained bhakti by the influence of devotees. So here one point, kindly remember, in the current life, he led a dharmic life. 95%, 99% we can say he led dharmic life only. Once he went out for hunting and then he realized that he is doing sinful activity, then he came back and he promised his wife that I will not do sinful activity. That means some sinful activities he has done. It is not that he is freed from sinful activities, but as a result of that, he will be taken to Yamaraj. Because sin was performed. Even though if one leads a dharmic life, one will be taken to Yamaraj and the corresponding result will be awarded. It is said in the Shastra, when we go to Yamaraj, Chitragupta will read out what we have done in our entire life. And always there is a proportion. One kind of activities we might have done majorly, other kind of activities minorly. We cannot say 50-50 perfectly. There will be majority and minority. So Yamaraj will ask, so which result you want to get first? Punya's result or Papa's result? Normally, people in this material world, it is understood that generally they do less piety and more sin. So they generally say that, oh, I have done some piety, I can go to Swarga and enjoy. So let me go to Swarga and enjoy first. People in general, they say this. They first only ask for enjoyment, the result of one's pious activities, even though it is very less, but first they want to enjoy the misery. Jitna baad mein aega utna acha. So one want to postpone the misery. That is a natural. That is what happened in relation to Kauravas. Kauravas does 99.9 miseries and sinful activities. So many. Little pious activities, one, two are there. One is they performed Vaishnava Yajna. Second is they were killed in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. These are the two pious activities they have done in their entire life. So Yamaraj told, so अभी 3000 साल वर्ष के लिए आप 3000 साल के लिए आप स्वर्ग में रह सकते हैं, बाद में आपको नरक में पनिशमेंट लेना पड़ेगा. They openly, unanimously, they said first we want to go to Swarga and enjoy. So punishment बाद में देखते. First enjoyment. So they were sent to Swarga. So for 3000 years they were in Swarga. Afterwards they were sent to Naraka. That's what our Acharyas write Tipani and Mahabharata. But Srimad Bhagavatam gives another example. There was a pious king who performed 99.999% of pious activities, but only one sinful activity. His name is King Riga. What was that? He gave one cow in charity to two different brahmanas on two different occasions. Today he gave to one Brahmana. Somehow that night the cow came back to Goshala. Next day morning he gave the same cow to some other Brahmana. So eventually, finally, both the Brahmanas, when they realized, first Brahmana said, "How can you give my belonging to somebody else in charity?" The second Brahmana said, "How can you give me in charity something belongs to somebody else?" So both of them did not take the king's charity. They were displeased. That was a sin. Yamaraj told, "What do you want? You have done unlimited pious activities, so you are unlimitedly you can stay in Swarga. But you have done one sinful activities for which you have to go through some punishment. Which one you want first?" He said, "Forget about Swarga, whether you give me or don't give me, I don't worry. But I have made a sin, I was regretting. Please give me punishment. I want to become freed from that sin." So Yamaraj sent him to become lizard. He became lizard until Krishna appeared. Then Lord Krishna delivered him. Because he denied the heavenly happiness. I am not interested in heaven happiness. I am only bothered about the displeasure caused to the two Brahmanas. Please relieve me from that pain. So, because he was such a wonderful personality, Lord Krishna personally delivered him and sent him to back home back to Godhead. So, like that. This is how. This is the story for all of us. If we don't take bhakti seriously, so it seems this is a big chapter. 65 verses are there. So we'll slowly see. We'll discuss. So, but anyway, here the story is very interesting because since the time of their marriage, he was so attracted to Puranjani. He was so attached to Puranjani. In his next life, he will become female. So, same way, we also, whatever we become attracted to, we become that. Anta kalecha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram. Sa prayasita madbhavam. If we remember Krishna at the time of death, we will get Krishna bhava. But yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tajati ante kalevaram. Whatever else we remember at the time of death, tam tam evaiti kaunteya sadat bhavavita. That is the destination we get. But what we remember at the time of death, whatever we remember throughout our life. So Puranjana was always constantly remembering Puranjani only. So as a result of that, he became woman in the next life. So this also we can understand how things happen after death. So now let us see. Now the method of giving up gross body is described until the 24th verse. The first 24 verse talks about how Puranjana gave up his body. So we'll try to discuss some of the verses today, and then we'll continue in the next class. How Puranjana left his body. Same way we also will leave our body. We should understand death means what? What happens at the time of death? How a person goes through intolerable pain at the time of death. We'll understand from the story. Narada Uvacha
नारद उवाच
Sainika Bhayanamno Ye
सैनिका भयनाम्नो ये
Bharishman Dishtakarinah
बहिष्मादिष्टकारिणः
Prajvara Kalakanyabhyam
प्रज्वाराकालकन्याभ्याम्
Vicherur Avanim Imam.
चेरु imam. Translation. The great sage Narada continued, "My dear Prachin Bharishta, afterward the king of Yavanas, whose name is Fear itself, as well as Prajvara, Kalakanya, and his soldiers, began to travel all over the world." Hare Krishna.
Narada said, "O King Prachina Barishat, the soldiers of fear, the fulfillers of karma, along with Prajvara and the Kalakanya old age, began to travel the earth. They all decided, let us go and conquer the entire universe. We will help you to make all these people on the earth as your husbands who denied you accepting as their wife when you approach them." So like that. The soldiers are various diseases. Drishtakarina means those who bestow the bad reactions of one's deeds. This all happened by karma only. It is not the diseases are coming on their own. They are result of our past karmas. So in that way. Taye kada tu rabasa
न एकदा तु रभाषा
Puranjana purim nrupa
पुराञ्जनापुरीं नृपा
Rurudur bhauma bhogadyam
रुरुदुर्भौमभोगाद्यां
Jarat pannaga palitam.
पन्नगपालितां. Translation. Once a dangerous soldier attacked the city of Puranjana with great force. Although the city was full of paraphernalia, for sense gratification, it was being protected by the old servant. Hare Krishna.
One, of course, all these people, Baya, Kalakanya, Prajvara, and soldiers, they have come down to the earth and they have been attacking one and all. One day, they came to Puranjanas, the city of Puranjana. Once, they forcefully besieged the city of Puranjana, full of material enjoyment, which was protected by old snake. Till now, the old snake was regularly fighting with uh, the Gandharvas, 720 Gandharvas. He was only fighting with those 770 soldiers of Gandharva day and night in a year. But now a more bigger and more stronger group has come. Already the five-headed snake alone fighting and she became weak. But now a stronger army came. Very difficult. She cannot. The city was protected by a worn out life air. She's already worn out. Life air already became weak. So, and a bigger army troop came. How can the snake will stop both the parties? Kala Kanyapi Bhuje
कालकन्या विभुजे
Puranjanapuram Balat
पुरञ्जनापुरं बलात्
Yaya Bhūta Purushaha
विभूताः पुरुषः
Sadyo Nisaratam Yat.
तद् सद्यो निच्चारतां नियात्. Translation. Gradually, Kalakanya, with the help of dangerous soldiers, attacked all the inhabitants of Puranjana city and thus rendered them useless for all purposes. Hare Krishna.
The daughter of time, old age, Kalakanya, who overpowers a person and makes him immediately useless, took possession of the city by force. So the soldiers attacked first, then gave entry for Kalakanya in an imperceptible way. So Kalakanya entered. That means the body becoming old. But okay, soldiers attack means body was already attacked by diseases, mental and physical diseases. Tayopabujyamanam vai
तयोप्यभुज्य व्यानां वै
yavana sarvato disham
यावना सर्वतो दिशम्
dvarbir pravishya subrusham
द्वार्भिय प्रविश्य सुभृशम्
ardyan sakalam purim.
पार्दयन् सकलां पुरीम्. Translation. When Kalakanya, daughter of time, attacked the body, the dangerous soldiers of the king of Yavanas entered the city through different gates. They then began to give severe trouble to all the citizens. Hare Krishna.
First, the soldiers were fighting outside the city with the five-hooded snake. When the snake was defeated, they gave entry for the Kalakanya. Kalakanya first made her entry, and following Kalakanya, all the soldiers entered through all the gates. There is a symbolic understanding also, because our intake is through these gates. Through our intake only, we get diseases. That means all the diseases are entering our body through these 9 gates, through these 9 intakes. So in that way. When she took possession of the city, the Yavana then entered the city through the gates of all sides and caused great affliction to the whole city. So the diseases entered through the eyes and other openings, entered through the 9 gates and caused various diseases. So like recently we had corona. So that time everyone was wearing masks in order to protect oneself from the coronavirus, which is entering through breathing. And sometimes we also get cold. Cold is conjunctivitis. The cold also goes from one person to other person. As soon as they cough, it enters through breathing, and the people also use mask or stay away from that person. And also there is another disease called conjunctivitis. That time also people do not want to look into the eyes of the person who is already affected by conjunctivitis, because that is also passing from one person to other person. So there are so many diseases which enter into our body through all these various things. So many times the food that we eat, the water that we drink, which is not pure, will cause so many diseases. We eat too much ice creams, we'll get cold. We eat too much sweets, we get cough. We eat too much heavy sweet products, we get indigestion and something like that. So all the diseases will enter through these 9 gates. So very graphically explained here. And especially at old age. Tasyam prapidyamanayam
तस्यां प्रविद्यमानायाम्
abhimane puranjanaha
अभिमानी पुरञ्जना
avaporu vidam stapam
वापुरुविदां स्थापान्
kutumbi mamatakula.
कुटुम्बी ममताकुलः. Translation. When the city was thus endangered by the soldier and Kalakanya, King Puranjana, being overly absorbed in affection of his family, was placed in difficulty by the attack of Yamuna Raja and Kalakanya. Hare
When the city was suffering, Puranjana, identifying with the city, overcome with possessiveness for family, underwent a great variety of pains. So, till now, the five-hooded snake was defending the 720 Gandharvas. But now, the five-hooded snake itself became weak, gave entry for Bhaya, Prajvara, Kalakanya, and so many soldiers. When they all entered, they began to plunder the city. So Puranjana became worried. Overcome with possessiveness for family, underwent a great variety of pain because he was identifying with the city till now, and the entire city is getting broken apart, getting destroyed by all these soldiers. So he was experiencing the pain. So basically, as long as our body is young and strong, we are proud of our body. But when the body is dwindling, when the body is no more functional, no more cooperative, we are painful. We go through intense pain, that body is not cooperating, digestive system is not cooperating, I'm not able to eat, breathe properly, so digest properly, not able to sleep properly. So a person becomes painful, or one laments so for the current situation. So like that. Kanyopagodo Nashtasri
Kanyopagaro Nashta Sri
Krupano Vishayatmaka
Krupano Vishayatmaka
Nashtaprajno Rutaishwaryo
Nashta Prajno Rutaishwaryo
Gandharva Yavaner
Gandharva Yavaner Translation.
Wait,
Like
wait, wait, wait. Vishirnam Swapurim Viksha
Vishirna Swapurim Viksha
प्रतिकूलान् अनादृतान्
प्रतिकूलान् अनादृतान्
पुत्रान् पौत्रानुग्रामात्
पुत्रान् पौत्रानुग्रामात्य Hare Krishna.
We can't hear anything, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Krishna, I'm not able to hear anybody.
Now I can hear you, sir.
Okay, Mataji. You
Putran Pautranugamatyan Jayam Cha Katasaudradam. Translation of text 6. When King Puranjana was embraced by Kalakanya, gradually lost all his beauty. Having been too much addicted of sex, he became very poor in intelligence and lost all his opulences. Being bereft of all possession, he was conquered by Sidbli by the Gandharvas and the Yavanas. Text 7. King Puranjana then saw that everything in his town was scattered and that his sons, grandsons, servants, ministers were all gradually opposing him. He also noted that his wife was becoming cold and indifferent. Hare.
So the subsequent results are mentioned. Embraced by old age, bereft of beauty, miserable, thinking of enjoyment, is wisdom and wealth destroyed. Here Puranjana is a dharmic person. According to the day-to-day custom, he is a very nice dharmic person. He already vowed not to perform any sinful activities. Such person's mentality is like this. Then what will happen to a person who is after sinful activities? When he becomes old, his beauty is lost, becomes miserable. He is still thinking of enjoyment, but he can't enjoy. His wisdom and wealth destroyed. He saw his city being violently smashed by the Gandharvas and Yavanas. When the Yavanas entered, others say Gandharvas also entered. Till now, Gandharvas are attacking. They could not enter. The snake was fighting strongly, but now snake defeated. The Gandharvas also entered and saw that his sons, grandsons, followers, ministers, and wife had become indifferent, disrespectful, and were acting adversely. This is what happens. Externally seems to be a story, but reality also it happens same thing when a person becomes deceased, bedridden, and old. Wife, children, friends, relatives, no one, no one respects him. No one respects one. One becomes indifferent because they are busy with their own desires to fulfill. So in that way, of course, it is not that they are not concerned. They are concerned, but that concern is a limit. It is not like 24/7. They say, when they come, they ask, okay, how are you? Kaise chal raha hai? Kya chal raha hai? Then they are busy with their own life's activities. That is what happens when a person becomes old. Vishirnam should be Vishiryamanam, being destroyed. Pratikulam means they acted adversely against their natures. They were subject to lamentation and other distresses. The sons are discernment and other such qualities. The grandsons are patience and other qualities. The followers are the senses, and the ministers are the controlling deities of the mind and senses. They did not respect him. The word cha indicates that they could not at all perform their functions. And as well, the wife, intelligence, had no power of apprehension. So when a person becomes old, intelligence also does not cooperate, senses does not cooperate, desires cannot be fulfilled. One want to do something, but that cannot be done because people do not cooperate, people do not help, people do not consider his desires are important. So in that way, there is all negligence, indifference from everyone. And finally, the devatas also do not cooperate. the sense devatas. When sense devatas are cooperating, for example, eyes are there, but in the old age one will not be able to see properly. Ears are there, one will not be able to hear properly. No, nostril is there, one will not be able to smell properly. Tongue is there, but one will not be able to taste properly. The taste buds will become weak in old age. The skin is there, it cannot touch, it cannot experience the touch sensation properly. So, like that, the senses become weak because the devatas become indifferent to this person. So, like that. Atmanam kanyayagrastam
Atmanam kanyagrastam
panchalanan arisdushitan
panchalanan anidrusitan
dhuranta chintam apanno
duranta chintam apanno
nale betat pratikriyam.
ale vedat pratikriyam. Translation. When King Puranjana saw that all his family members, relatives, followers, servants, secretaries, and everyone else had turned against him, he certainly became very anxious. But he could not counteract the situation because he was thoroughly overwhelmed by Kalkanya. Hare Krishna.
Seeing himself thus attacked by old age and the districts plundered by the enemy, he became very worried but could not find a remedy. So he's only worrying, but he cannot do anything. What he can do? Not one soldier, so many hundreds and thousands of soldiers are there. He cannot attack. His army became weak already. He was attacked by old age, and the five sense objects were spoiled by diseases. He could not find no course by mantras or by medicine. So, matlab, in old age, we may take shelter of medicines, we may take shelter of mantras for our cure, but they will not effectively work. The old age cannot be removed. Very difficult. The disease also cannot be removed in old age. Even though we may use so many medicine, but the disease will keep attacking us. So in that way. Kaman abhilashandino
Kaman abhilen sandino
yatayamamsha kanyaya
yatayamasya kanyaya
vigatatma gati sneha
gatatma gati sneha
putradaramsha lalayan.
tradaram shalalayan. Translation. The objects of enjoyment become stale by the influence of Kalakanya. Due to the continuance of his lusty desire, King Puranjana became very poor in everything, thus he did not understand the aim of life. He was still very affectionate toward his wife and children, and he worried about maintaining them. Hare Krishna.
Though he desired to eat, the foods were useless. By the influence of old age, he was miserable, having lost a higher status in next life, and having lost the affection of his sons and others in this life. But he remained affectionate to sons and wife. He is still thinking about his wife and children, but wife and children became indifferent to him because he was performing dharmic activities in relation to his family. He does not seem to have a good perspectives for future life. But he was feeling, क्या करूँ, मेरा पूरा जीवन इनके लिए दिया था, ये लोग अभी मुझे नहीं देख रहे हैं. So I'm currently miserable. I'll be miserable in the future life also. This is what my life is all about. Like that he was thinking. So, but in any case, uh, this is how he is feeling sorry for what happened. He desires sweets, but they were useless since he could not digest them. He lost the goal of a better next life and lost the goal of this life, affection from sons and family. He has been giving affection to family member, children, and wife till now from the very beginning, and he anticipated the similar affection from them in his old age, but they are not showing that affection. So he considered that, okay, my life is waste. What I have done, I am not getting. For what I am done, I did not get the result. Life is waste, and I am not sure what kind of prospect I will get in the best next life. So future prospects also not promising. He was miserable because of losing life's goal and the affection for his sons. Both the happiness of this life and the happiness of next life are non-promising. So he's miserable because of that. I was hoping that I have 100 children, 100 boys and 10 girls. Within their company, I'll be happy in my old age. But it is not happening. And I'm sure that anyway, in this life only, I'm not happy. What will happen to me in my next life? So like that, he's kind of conjecturing. This may be my future, like that. So then, what else happened? Gandharvayavanakrantam
गन्धर्वयवनात्रातं
Kalakanyopamarditam
कालकन्योपमार्दितं
Hatum Prachakrame Raja
हातुं प्रचक्रमे राजा
Tam Purim Anikamata.
Tampurim Anikamata. Translation. The city of King Puranjana was overcome by Gandharva and Yavana soldiers, and although the king had no desire to leave the city, he was circumstantially forced to do so, for it was smashed by Kalakanya.
Though he did not desire to do, the king began to abandon the city, which was being crushed by old age and attacked by the Gandharvas and Yavanas, who want to leave this body abruptly. So, till now, he was going through the miserable situation of old age. Now, he is to give up the body, he has to die. The death is being described in the next verses. Anikamataha means though not desiring to do so. Gandharvas, the soldiers of Gandharva, time personified, are days and nights. And Yavanas, the soldiers of Baya, fear personified, are the mental and physical diseases. So, by the attack of all of them, he is forced to give up that body, malab city of 9 gates, because they plundered the city, they destroyed the city. It is no more fit for residing anymore. Like our senses will not work, our eyes can't see, ears can't hear, the tongue can't taste, stomach can't digest, one can't sleep. So none of the physical functions are functioning. So one is forced to give up that body, even though one does not want to. So in that way. So then what happens at that time? Bayanam no agraja brato
Vayanamno graja prata
prajvara pratyupashita
prajvara pratyupachita
tadaha tam purim krishnam
dadatam purim krishnam
pratuhu priyachikirshaya.
pratuhu priya Krishna. Translation. Under the circumstances, the elder brother of Yavana Raja, known as Prajarvara, set fire to the city to please his younger brother, whose other sense is fear itself. His other name is fear itself.
Hare Krishna, unable to hear Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
So here the fierce elder brother Prajvara arrived. So everyone attacked. Finally, Prajvara also came and burned the city completely. desiring to please his brother. Burning the city means Shivajvara. As I said, na, just before death, few seconds, the temperature of the entire body shoots up. It is as good as burning the entire body. And then the soul leaves the body. Then the whole body becomes cold, being attacked by Vishnu Jvara. Any doctors? Any? You have any point to say about it? Yes, it happens like this or not? Prabhupada writes like this in the Krishna book.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prajvara is Vishnu Jvara, Shiva Jvara. So Prabhupada writes, so at the time of death, the temperature goes to 107 degree. It is not centigrade, it's actually Fahrenheit. I don't know. So then the body, soul leaves the body. Okay, maybe it 107 degrees Celsius also. 107 Fahrenheit means typhoid only. So it could be degrees Celsius. And Vishnu Jvara attacks, then the body temperature will be around 0 degrees to -4 degrees. So that is what happens at the time of death. Suddenly it goes to peak temperature and suddenly falls down at the time of death. Tasyam Sandahyamanaayam
Tasyam Sandahyamanayam
Sapaura Saparichada
Sapaura Saparichada
Kautumbika Kutumbinya
Kautumbika Kutumbinya
Upatapyata Sanvaya.
Upatapyata Sanvaya. When the city was set ablaze, all the citizens and servants of the king, as well as all the family members, sons, grandsons, wives, and other relatives, were within the fire. King Puranjana thus became very unhappy.
As the city began burning, the king, along with the citizens, Ratin, his wife, and extended family, began to feel the heat. As as Shivajvara attacked, everyone is able to feel that temperature. When the temperature is too much, when the city is burning, when the house is burning, who want to stay in that house? Your house is the grass body. The city is the grass body. Who are the residents of the house? The Jivatma, Paramatma, and the subtle body. They are the residents. So how can the Paramatma, Jivatma, subtle body will be able to tolerate the heat and continue to stay in that burning home? Definitely they want to escape from that burning home and go to a safe place where they can find peace, find safety. So it is like that. As the city began burning, the king, along with the citizens, Retin, his wife, and extended family, began to feel it. Kindly note down. Here, wife represents Chitta and Buddhi, and Retin means the followers of the wife. 5 Jnanendriyas, 5 Karmendriyas, mind, and their followers, the different activities and desires, etc. Desires. And citizens are the activities. He is taking care of the citizens means citizens are all referring to the results of one's activities. Papa phala and punya phala. So whatever the results, that is the karma phala. So they all follow along with the one, along with the person. Karma phala also follows along with the person. So in that way. The citizens are the 7 dhatus. The routine or servants are the senses. The jnanendriyas and karmendriyas. So wife followers. Kutumbika remains. Kutumbaka means one who enjoys with the wife. He suffered along with his intelligence. The descendants are the sons and grandsons attacked by Shivajivara. The city is burning at 107 degrees Celsius. The city is burning and no one can tolerate and stay here. They leave. So the citizens are the Saptadhatus means with the help of Saptadhatus only we are able to accomplish all our activities. Saptadhatus are like Tvak, Charma, Rudira, Mamsa, Majja, Asti, like that. These are the physical elements which are enabling our body to be strong and stout, with which we are able to perform activities, and those activities will result in a result. Though it is directly mentioned Saptadhatus, the accomplished activities and the corresponding results of the Saptadhatus is what is indicated by Saptadhatus. So like that we should take. Because Saptadhatus do not come with us, but the result of activities will come along with us after death. So in that way. Next, who else? What else? Yavanopparuddhayanatho ruddayatano
Yavano Paruddayatano
grastayam kalakanyaya
Grastayam Kalakanyaya
puryam prajvara samsrushta
Puryam Prajvara Samshrishta
purapalonvatapyata.
Purapalon Vatapyata. The city's superintendent of police, the serpent, saw that the citizens were being attacked by Kalakanya, and he became very aggrieved to see his own residence set ablaze after being attacked by the Yavanas.
When the city was being attacked by old age, the protector of the city, seeing his abode attacked by Yavanas and himself touched by Prajvara, became most distressed. Who is the protector? The five-hooded snake, life heirs. They also cannot tolerate this heat anymore. They also follow Puranjana, the Jivatma. The life heirs also, the 10 pranas also follow the dead person. Kindly remember one verse in the Bhagavad Gita chapter 15. I suppose text number 11. Chapter 15, text number 11. Utkramantam stitam vapi bunjanam va gunanvitam vimuda nanu pashyanti jnana chakshusha. This is the 10th verse. What is mentioned here in the 10th verse? So when this body is good and healthy, we live in this body. When the body becomes worn out, we leave this body and then enter into a next body. But even though we are moving from one body to other body, doing all these things, only a Jnana Chakshusha understand all these things. A foolish person, Muda, can never understand all these things. So what is that a Jnana Chakshusha understands? That we are living in this body and leaving this body and entering into a new body. What is that? What exactly happening in that? So what is that? They understand. This is a verse before that. I think 10th verse. Shrotram Shakshu Sparshanam cha Rasanam Grahanam Evacha Adhishtaya Manaschaham Vishayan Upasevate. So what do you mean by living in this body and leaving this body and entering into a new body? What happens at the time of death? It says that Shrotram Chakshu Sparshanam cha Rasanam Granam Eva. These are the 5 senses. Shrotram is hearing, Chakshu is seeing, Sparshanam is touching, Rasanam is tasting, Granam is smelling. Cha refers to Karmendriyas. There are 5 Jnanendriyas and 5 Karmendriyas, like speaking, lifting, walking, procreating, and excreting. So these are the 5 Karmendriya activities. So they are also accompanying. And then Adhishtaya Manaschaham, headed by the mind. Head is not only the mind, along with the mind, Manascha, mind and others. What are the others? Man, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chetana. So mind, intelligence, ego, and Chetana, as well as Adhishtaya, Manascha, Ayam. One more. Ayam means, Ayam also indicates the 10 pranas. Prana, Samana, Vyana, Udana, The Devadatta, Krupara, Davanjaya, like that. All these 10 pranas also leave this body and enter into a next body. Why they are entering and leaving this body, entering next body? Because this body is no more supporting Vishayan Upasevate, enjoying the sense objects. So in order to enjoy more and more sense objects, we leave this body, we enter into a new body accompanied by our mind, intelligence, ahankara, chetana, 10 pranas, 5 jnanendriyas, 5 karmendriyas. These are all different things are accompanying us, which is told in the Bhagavad Gita. And here in this Bhagavatam, we have a proof for it. We can see all these things very clearly. Because when the grass body is put to fire, 107 degrees Celsius, unbearable temperature, then the Jivatma, Paramatma, and all the elements of the subtle body, starting with Puranjani, other elements, all are followers, they're all vacating that home, burning home. And finally, the body god of that home, five-hooded snake, also cannot stay anymore. He also says, enough is enough, both ho gaya, main nikalta hu. So like that, all of them leave that body. This is what happens at the time of death. So नशेके सोवितुं तत्र
न शेके सोवितुं तत्र
पुरु कृच्छ्रोरुवेपतु
कृच्छ्रोरुवेपतु
घन्तुम् ऐच्छत् ततो वृक्षा
गन्तुम् ऐच्छत् ततो वृक्षा
कोटराडिव सानलात्
कोत्तरात् इवासानलात्. As a serpent living within the cavity of a tree wishes to leave when there is a forest fire, so the city's police superintendent, the snake, wished to leave the city due to the fire's severe heat.
So the five-hooded snake could not protect the city anymore, undergoing great difficulty and quivering to extreme. He desired to leave the city, just as a snake desires to leave hollow tree which is on fire. The snakes can't tolerate fire. When there is fire, the snakes will enter into the hollows of the tree or billas, the snake holes and all for their protection. When there is a lot of fire, they cannot tolerate, so they want to. He could not protect the city, for he became weak after fighting with the Gandharvas for 100 years. He desired to leave just as a snake desires to leave a tree hole which is on fire. So this is quite natural. Shitilavayavo yarihi
Sitilavayavo yarhi
Gandharve Rutapaurushah
Gandharvairhritapaurushah
Yavaner Aribhirajan
Yavanair aribhirajan
Uparuddorurodaha.
uparuddorurodaha. The limbs of the serpent's body were slackened by the Gandharva and the Yamana soldiers, who had thoroughly defeated his bodily strength. When he attempted to leave the body, he was checked by his enemies. Being thus baffled in his attempt, he began to cry loudly.
O king, when his limbs were weakened by the Gandharvas and his strength stolen by the Yavanas, his throat became choked up and he began the death rattle. So breathing. Normally our breathing is normal, but at the time of death in old age, it is very difficult to breathe. There is gurgur sound will come. Same way, now the snake became so weak, having fought for 100 years. It is so weak, and currently the body is on fire. The entire town is on fire. The snake can't do its duties. As death approached, he, the breathing, the five pranas, made a rattling sound in his throat. Can't breathe anymore. That means when breath says, I can't breathe anymore, that is our last breath. Then we are forced to leave that body. Basically, the Panchaprana say that I cannot protect this city anymore. Please vacate for your own safety. Thank you very much. Goodbye. So like that, when the breath says we are forced to give up this body, we cannot stay anymore in this body. So this is how the death approaches us. So what happens after this point, we will discuss in the next class. We'll stop here for today. Already 1:30 now. So thank you very much for joining. So Hare Krishna. Any questions before closing?
No, Prabhuji.
No
Hare
questions.
Krishna.
So today devotees are all shante. No questions.
Fear of death.
Fear of death. The story also very
Get
graphical
ready.
and very painful.
क्या
प्रभु जी
tension
इसका
है?
एक कोई टेबल है क्या आपके पास जो जो मतलब कंपैरिजन का कि वो व्हाट इज द स्टेटमेंट व्हाट इज इसका एनालॉजी का
I have shared with you all the notes for the fourth
अच्छा इन द
canto. In that
ओके
one table is there. We made a table for this
ओके
during our
ओके
Vidyapeeth. The table should be there.
ओके
For this also we made a table, and we made a table for the fifth canto, the forest of material enjoyment. For that also there
Okay.
was a table made. So it
Okay,
should be
okay.
there. Please check that.
Okay,
Otherwise,
fine.
some of you can make a table and share also. That is also fine. Some of you who is for the benefit of everyone.
Prabhuji,
Okay.
I want
Mataji.
to share one thing. You said, like the temperature is suddenly increased and then immediately it decreased like that. I felt in my mother-in-law's case, I was just beside her only. And it was suddenly rise so much that we can't even touch her body. And then immediately within a 5 minutes, it's come to the very cold like.
हाँ
I also had an experience, but not completely. So one of my aunt, my father's elder sister, so she was on the bedridden, but we were all having lunch. So after having lunch, one of us, I mean, I only came because before I having lunch, I was trying to feed her some water or some juice. After having my lunch, I came and I held her hand. It was very cold. As we studied in the Bhagavatam, I remembered. So body became cold, matlab something. Then I put my finger on her nose and there was no breathing. Then I informed everyone that she already passed away. So the coldness I felt, body was very chilling cold, like when you take something from fridge, something like that. Yes, that is true. So and you had
It's
both the
very hot
experiences.
also at the
You
I
had both the
both the
experience.
experience. I was sitting next to my mother-in-law, and the fever become like so much, we can't even touch her body that way.
Because Prabhupada is also a pharmacist, I mean that pharmacist. He knew all these things. So he writes 107 degrees Celsius. First time when I saw, I thought Fahrenheit. But when we get typhoid also, we get temperature up to 107, 108 degree Fahrenheit. It's like 36, 37. But 107 degrees Celsius, matlab, it is very high temperature.
Very high. We can't even touch her body. That's what I felt.
That's what here, na? The city is burning. The grass body is like burning, and no one can stay anymore in that the burning state.
And
So
her
everyone want
body
to
was
vacate.
her body was twisting, like because of that heat and all.
Obviously.
It
Just
was
like
twisting. Yeah.
when a newspaper you put in the fire, what will happen? It turns around here and there and burns. So
Yes,
something
that
like
way.
that.
Same way. And suddenly it become cold, like very cold, chilly cold. That's what when you are telling, I just thank you very much for expressing this thing. I'm
No, no,
really
no.
very, very
Bhagavatam only. It is actually we should remember all these things always. Then we should not become proud of unnecessarily for no reason. We are
yes.
proud of our body and other things, but one day it will die like this.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hari Bol. Hari Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare
Hare
Krishna. Thank
Krishna.
you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much. So since this chapter is big,
Prabhuji.
one second.